Hello, how's it going, you guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in again. I'm repeating myself. Listen, it's 7 a.m. for me. I'm waking up. I'm just still like, my brain is still waking up. I think I'm gonna change this streaming time because like honestly, I can't bring myself to wake up. But hello, hi, thanks so much for tuning in. If you're new, yes, my microphone just turned off. Cool. Yeah. But if you're new here, hi, I'm FEARSONA. You can call me Sona, and I'm your friendly neighborhood true crime VTuber, here to give you full body chills. And yes, in today's video, we're diving into a chilling case that shocked Japan and shocked the internet. A story of jealousy, obsession, a crime, and VTubers. Because this is real. Today's case is about two VTubers that murdered another one. They murdered a young, aspiring VTuber creator who was a high school girl. So that's what we're gonna be covering today. I don't think you guys have heard of this case or of these VTubers because they are relatively small. Doesn't mean that, you know, like they are still VTubers. But yes, they weren't from any agency. They were just indie VTubers, and yeah, like their audience was small, but you know, but still they were in the community, and yeah, it did shock, especially Japan, because they were from Japan. Also, Fabian, thank you so much for the super. Here's money I owe Grim. Don't ask why. Pay up! Pay your dues! I don't know what's going on. Okay, listen, I have no idea what's going on, so I'm staying out of it, you know, like you're paying off your debts to Grim. She has like a lot of, I think she's secretly a loan shark. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to ask her because I don't want to get into trouble, and yeah, so, you know, just I didn't see nothing. Okay, I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing. Let's just move on. Heard of death? Yes. Murders? No. Yeah, absolutely. There's been, you know, there's definitely been some incidents in the VTuber community overall, like ever since 2017, because that's when VTubing really like blew up and started just going viral and mainstream. So there's been more than one, you know, incident in the VTuber community, like either international or Japanese or, you know, whatever, like just smaller communities, bigger communities, right? Like there's always some drama. But I don't think there's ever been like an actual murder. I think this is the first one that happened that involved someone who was a virtual creator who was a VTuber. So, like, I mean, obviously, aside from the fictional one, like Oshinoko, that's a fictional, right? But this one, no, this one is very real. That's a very real case. Also, just wanted to say hi to everyone in the chat before we dive into the case. This is the last stream of the week. I am dead. Been working on it, been trying to like translate shit, and yeah, like all the, unfortunately, because this case is not like as high profile, right? Like it didn't blow up like internationally, but it was mostly in Japan. All the sources were in Japanese, so I had to like, you know, sit down, translate stuff, translate videos, translate everything. Well, I mean, we don't have videos. I was just like kind of getting information from different videos, and they were just in Japanese, so it took me a while. I apologize that there's not been that many streams this week. We did have a, what did we do? Randonautica? Oh yeah, we had, wait, was it Randonautica? Yeah, so we had one stream here on YouTube, Randonautica, scary, like send people to scary places. And then we had one on Patreon, which was about like scary internet hoaxes that terrified, traumatized the internet. That was very, very interesting. And I'm gonna have a part 2 because there's like more of those hoaxes that really scared people. And to this day, like many people believe that that some of the hoaxes were not hoaxes at all, like they were real. And yeah, there's some conspiracy theories out there. There is definitely gonna be another one about Randonautica because there's more videos how people like found weird places or scary places or discovered bodies, unfortunately, through this app. And yeah, is there a huge conspiracy theory behind Randonautica? Yeah, there is. There is like, well, I mean, you know, like there's definitely like some theories, but how does this app know where to point if someone types in their intent as death and they find a body? Like, how does this app know? But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Just wanted to say hi to everyone. Joshua, Alberto, thank you so much for tuning in. Thunderstorm King, welcome. Hello, Sona and Mods. How are you? I'm good. I'm not awake yet. Wait, Joshua said the things you do for us, Sona. Yes, the things I do. Translating different languages and waking up at some abysmal hour. Okay, to be fair, like some of you guys are tuning into this stream and it's like, for you it's like 3 a.m. or something because you're in a different time zone. Respect. Thank you so much for staying up or for waking up that early to watch my stream. I appreciate it. Also, I just wanted to say, and this is from yesterday, I was throwing out garbage. Again, a story time from garbage area in my building. I was heading downstairs to throw garbage. I opened the door. There was like people, there were my neighbors were kind of like going down also to throw garbage. So I opened the door to the garbage area and, well, not even the garbage area. Like it was just like I was walking out of the elevator area and I opened the door and, you know, like my neighbors are behind me. And yeah, the moment I opened the door, there was a cockroach that fell from above right in front of me. Thankfully, thank God it didn't fall on my head, but I lost my shit a little bit. So I started losing it because there was a cockroach that fell. Like I was I don't know, like a millimeter from the cockroach just falling on my face. So I'm starting to lose my shit. Like I got freaked out. And my neighbors, meanwhile, just were calm. Like they did not really react, and they looked at me like I'm crazy. But I'm just like, is this what we're doing now? Are we descending into anarchy? Like, what is no one really, does no one care about safety? Does no one care about the potential cockroach coop and insect infestation in this building? I don't understand. Yes, we're slowly descending into anarchy. I am flabbergasted that no one reacted, and they were looking at me as if I'm crazy. I'm like, it's a coup. Yeah. Yes, I'm scared of everything. You guys have to understand that if I were an emotion from, you know, inside out emotion, I'm like, I identify most with like fear. Fear is the one for me, and that's literally what I do. Like either fear, somewhere between fear and anxiety. Mostly fear, because I can't believe that how people are not afraid of bugs. Sona, cockroaches went extinct 7 years ago. Who are you talking about? No! Do not scare me. Don't try to gaslight me into thinking that, hey, I'm the only one seeing cockroaches. Also, Dorothy, thank you so much for the soup. I finally tried the matcha latte, hot matcha, or cold matcha. I tried both, despite not really being able to drink hot drinks, so I liked it ice more. That's fair. I think I liked it, personally, I liked it hot more. Like, for some reason, like, I don't really enjoy cold matcha latte that much. I tried it. Then I just have a preference. Like, it has to be hot and it has to be with soy milk. Yeah, that's for me. Like, at least to me, it just tastes best. Fear identifies as fear. Yes, I identify. I just like, it just that character is just like feels close to my soul because my soul is scared all the fucking time. Fear anxiety. Yeah, it's the combination of two. I'm like somewhere in between. Jose, why? Fabian Jose, thank you for Jesus Christ. Why does this emoji exist? Why do they have a cockroach emoji? Like what purpose does it? Okay, aside from today's stream and aside from like posting it when I'm talking about it, what does this, you know, emoji or emote serve? What purpose does it serve? Because it's crazy. Are you afraid of the word capybara? No, I'm not afraid of the word capybara. Capybaras are cute. Capybaras are like super chill. They're like the chillest animals in the, you know, in the world. They chill with everyone. Have you seen the video of a capybara just chilling next to an alligator or crocodile? I think it was like alligator. Have you seen that? Because it's amazing. These animals have the patience and just chill of, I don't know, God level chill. They're just like, oh, alligator? Oh, okay. Like, sup? Oh my god, why is it... Why is my chat... Why is my chat full of cockroaches? Why? Imagine a new team. Team cockroaches. No! Absolutely not. Why? Stop the madness. Oh my god, stop the madness. We are descending into anarchy. Oh my god. This is horrible. That's horrible. I don't like this. No, that would be silly, Alberto. No, it's a vibe. It's not a vibe. It's not a vibe. It's an infestation. It's a goop. It's a goop. We are. I know. I pronounced it the wrong way. Honestly, I don't care. That's how I pronounce it, and that's what I'm gonna stick to. We are all the we are the cockroach goop. Why? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, you guys. I think we know what's gonna happen now. Yeah, let's, you know what? Let's dive into the case. Also, Joshua, thank you so much. The cockroach, don't look up, Sona. I don't even wanna think about it. It was horrible. I am, yeah, like I'm deceased. I died a little. Like when that bug just fell right in front of me, I just died a little bit. I lost it. Oh, well, que sera, sera. Okay. Alright, we can get right into it. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's talk about some VTuber murders. As I said, there's 3 VTubers involved in this case, and it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be a little scary, so, you know, just bear that in mind. And also be careful who you know, I'm gonna tell you the moral of today's case ahead of time. Always be careful who you interact with online, because it's scary. You don't actually know anyone, especially like people who, you know, yes, like hide behind avatars, hide behind profile pictures, unless you've met them in real life and you've known them for a while. Like you don't really know anyone on the internet. So be careful. You know, never know what's happening behind that avatar. Alright, so let's talk about this. So on August 28th, 2021, this happened pretty recently, 2021. So on August 28th, 2021, 18-year-old Kana Washino from Gunma Prefecture in Japan was hanging out with her family at home when she received a direct message, a DM, from a friend on Twitter, and the message contained a simple request. Quote, "I want to meet up with you and talk." End quote. So Kana knew it was important, as things between the two weren't exactly great lately, and she wanted to, you know, like get some closure from the situation, just move on and just deal with it and just, you know, be done with it. So Kana agreed to meet with her friend at a parking lot near her house at around 3:30 p.m. It's not late, right? Like she was just like, okay, middle of the day, you know, it's not like it's dangerous. Nothing's gonna, like, plus Japan is like super safe. I've lived there for a couple of years. It's pretty safe. Like even at night, it's pretty safe. Like if you stick to, especially if you're in like residential areas, like generally speaking, it's like super safe, so you can walk around at night too. But obviously, please don't assume that everywhere, like, you know, that everywhere is 100% safe. Even if you think that Japan is safe, you know, still be careful. Be careful everywhere, and just because everywhere is scary, and just, you know, fear everything. Okay, so Kana goes out of the house, right? Like she leaves house, you know, her home at 3:30 p.m. But before leaving, Kana told her parents that she was meeting some friends and she would be back by 5:30. See, the family, so Kana's family had plans. They had plans to go out to dinner together at 6 p.m. So it was crucial that she returned home on time. And, you know, like she said, because her mom was just like, okay, her mom was nagging her before she left. She, you know, the mom was like, please be sure that to be home by 5:30 because we have to head out. We have a reservation for 6. And she was just like, you know what, don't worry, mom. I promise I won't be late. I'll be back soon. It's just gonna take a moment. I just have to like talk to my friend and I'll be back. And I promise I won't be late. So then Kana leaves, and then 6 p.m. came and went, and there was no sign of Kana. Her mother, overcome with worry, tried calling her phone, but there was no answer. Kana Washino never returned home. Her VTuber friends murdered her that very day. So let's go back in time a few years, back to 2019. Kana, like, you know, any girl her age, she was 15, 16, you know, she was very active on the internet. She was exploring social media, posting about her life, and finding interesting communities and people to share her interests with. She got especially hooked on the latest hype around VTubers. And if you don't know what a VTuber is, because, I don't know, you're watching a real life streamer showing her real life face, right? Like, I know you might be unfamiliar with what the concept of VTubing. I know it's like shrouded in mystery. No one knows. No one is here. No one here is aware of like what VTubers are, right? So VTubers are streamers who adopt a 2D or 3D character as an avatar, you know, taking on a fictional persona while broadcasting, and usually without revealing their face or real name. This genre of streaming and just online activities gained traction around 2017, and the niche quickly expanded. Today, there are many independent VTubers who earn money by creating this kind of content, while others work with talent agencies that pay them a salary for their streaming activities. And this VTuber here, hi, is, you know, it's I'm an indie VTuber, not belonging to any agency, because no agency would allow me to stream true crime cases. I think I would, I think I wouldn't be allowed to do that. So, hey, rolling solo. No one, wait, Jose, thank you so much. No one, we're watching one right now. Hey, can you please explain what is a VTuber? I know, it's a very complex concept. It's okay, just take my word for it. It's a thing. Can't contain the fear. Yeah, I can't contain the fear. Investigation VTuber. You're a VTuber? Shock, gasp. I know, it's a, you know, plot twist. Okay, so back to the case. Kana didn't really have a knack for streaming per se, but instead, like, she became a VTweeter, pretty much a VTuber that hasn't debuted or started yet. And this is actually her account. So she was mainly focused on Twitter as Tenda Oreo, and where she was posting and sold her artworks, because she was also a digital artist. So she was, you know, she was doing commissions, or, well, digital artist, but also like a physical artist. Like, oh, she was doing commissions and she was doing prints and sending them, like selling them online. So that's her Twitter account. Currently, I believe this Twitter account is deactivated. Joshua, thank you so much. Wow, I didn't know that. Thanks, Sona. You're welcome. So her bio actually read, well, I mean, this bio is in Japanese, but I did translate it. So this is what it actually said. I am Tenda Oreo, a six-tailed sky fox who betrayed the Fox clan. I am a wanted fox, so I am hiding in a shrine deep in the mountains. I'm a VTweeter who draws pictures. I am a huge fan of my younger brother, Kuwagata. To say goodbye, just unfollow. Please do not claim that you created the picture you draw, like I drew, but feel free to save them. That's pretty much it. That's what her profile says. The lore, yes, the lore. So she was, you know, like she was mostly a VTweeter. Seems like she was also an illustrator, so she was drawing pictures, you know, posting them online and selling them as prints to, you know, customers. Sometime after creating her account and beginning to post, she started making online friends who shared her interests and frequented the same communities. Among them was this one guy, Shohei Komori, who she met through mutual friends. You guys know where I'm going with this. You guys know that this is the guy. He's not a VTuber yet. So this is his real face, but he will become a VTuber. This is still happening in 2019. Okay, so Kana shared the same hobbies as Shohei. She was passionate about games, anime, and VTubers. Outside of the online world, she was a bright and sociable person, and Shohei fell for her at first sight. Yes. So please remember that Kana is at this point between 15 and 16. And Shohei is actually 25 at this point, at the same time. Also, Shai, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. I think it's gonna console people from hearing this, that it's a 16-year-old girl and a 25-year-old guy who's like hitting on her. So, hey. Ew, ew, ew. Okay, so Shohei began persistently targeting her on Twitter and on other platforms. However, you know, when they first met, there was a 10-year, pretty much 10-year difference, age difference between them. So obviously, like, Kana was not about it. She was just like, oh, okay, that's weird. I'm not gonna respond to that. I'm not gonna reciprocate these, you know, messages. And listen, I know a lot of people would start saying ew, 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 and you guys did say ew, 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 and I said ew, 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 because yes, but up until this point, like before he started getting weird, right, like with flirty messages, he was like normal, right, like as in they were just talking, they were just two platonic friends or like two people online just talking about games, anime, and such. So nothing, they weren't really doing anything illegal. They were just interacting online. It's as if like you strip the right, like you strip the age. No one knows each other's age. Like if you don't say the age and you're just talking to someone about games, right? Like it was completely platonic. But yeah, it was, it soon like turned not so innocent for Shohei, and it wasn't innocent for him anymore. He pretty much started flirting with Kana and stalking her online. Like he was everywhere. He was responding to her posts. He was on every platform. He was like messaging her constantly and messaging her like the weird kind of flirty stuff, which she was trying not to respond to. And she felt pretty uncomfortable, which she, by the way, reflected in some of her tweets. I don't have that tweet because her account is already locked, but I did from other sources, from another like video that was talking about this case. There's this quote from like one of her tweets. So this is what she wrote. Human emotions can surprisingly disappear so easily. I just realized that. Where did the feeling of happiness go? Trying to figure out how not to bother others and avoid being disliked feels like a sign of reaching the end of the line or crossing the line. So yeah, like I know it's a weird, like it's probably a weird translation. I was trying my best here, but like obviously the original post was in Japanese, so maybe I just didn't translate it well, but it's the, you know, you understand the gist. And Dorothy, thank you so much for the super parasocial relationships. Sona, I like the parasocial relationship we have now, where I say dumb things in the chat and you read them out of context. I think that's the best kind of parasocial relationship. It's just like, yeah, like, let's just read the weird comments from each other. But yeah, with, you know, in this situation, it was getting kind of out of control. You know, at least for Kana. She was definitely not happy with the situation, and she posted about it, right? Like she posts this thing, right? Like this tweet. And guess who was the first one to respond to her tweet? Of course it was Shohei, and he responded with another like cryptic tweet, which said, "I hurt my best friend a deep wound. Because of it, my best friend lost their memories, their emotions. We can never go back to the way things were." I'm not sure about the like lost their memories. I think it's like, oh, all the memories of friendship, like, oh, friendship memories lost and emotions lost. But this is how like someone else translated it, and it was like weird. But I know it sounds weird. I think what they meant was like, oh, all the memories of our friendship are lost and all the emotions are lost. That kind of thing, right? Like, so we can never go back to the way things were. So their friendship, quote unquote friendship, ended there. Or at least, you know, Kana was trying to distance herself from this online relation, especially when Shohei tried buying, oh god, it turned really creepy. Like, so he was trying to buy a physical print from her, so a product, right? And pretty much he was doing it to find out Kana's home address, because she would put like return address, you know, on the package. Like if she was sending the print, like, oh, she would put like return address, and like what else could she do? Like she didn't know, so she would just put her home address. But with this one, oh, Vanit, thank you so much, Vanit. Sorry, Vanit. Thank you so much for the super. I appreciate it. Hey, super generous. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a good day too. So yeah, you know, like he was trying to, yeah, right? Like everyone's just like, what the fuck? Yeah, so he was trying to buy a print for the sole purpose of, you know, getting her home address essentially and physically stalk her too. But because they were, you know, like they knew each other online, and he messaged her from like his normal account, like she said like, no, absolutely not. So yeah, creepy. But they would eventually meet face to face in the worst way possible. Now, let's take a look. Let's take a step back and let's take a look at Shohei's background and how did he end up becoming a VTuber, because he did, and then a murderer. So Shohei grew up in the town of Yokkaichi, which is in the Mie prefecture. Different prefecture than Kana, because she was in Gunma, he was in Mie. As the eldest, he was born as the eldest sibling of 5 siblings in a large family of 7. I mean, is it very large? I mean, yeah, it's a fairly big family. So he was, he was in the eldest son, despite living in a seemingly pleasant, newly developed area of Yokkaichi. His family actually struggled financially. So they lived in this area that turned kind of nice and residential. Like it used to be, like this town wasn't as developed. It wasn't as a big of a town. It was a poorer town, but then it started developing, and this particular area, people started buying properties there. So like every month there would be like a new property, new construction site, a new house being built, right? So you would think like, oh, okay, Shohei's family was also pretty well off since they live in this nice area, but that's not the case. His family struggled financially. They lived in this like rundown house with less than ideal living conditions. As the eldest son, Shohei often bore the brunt of his parents' frustrations. They were frequently scolding him for his siblings' mistakes. So even if one of his siblings did something to piss off the parents would just like, yell at Shohei because he's the oldest, so he should have controlled his sibling or whatever. Like it's kind of like a bullshit excuse to like just let it out on one of your kids, which is shitty to begin with. But yes, you know, like they were just kind of laying into him for mistakes made by his siblings. And then they would like throw him out of the house. Like this is the part I didn't really get like a clear image of. You know, like it said like, oh, they would throw him out of the house for no reason. Like I couldn't find a reason. Why would they kick him out of the house? Maybe like, oh, if, you know, the siblings or like he misbehaved, quote unquote, or like, oh, he made some mistake and they would get pissed and they would kick him out, even if like he didn't really do anything and it was like his siblings. So yeah, like they would throw him out of the house and like basically force him to just like walk around town until they would allow him back in. He was also known to carry various medications with him, taking some while at school, and it's unclear what type of medications were they. Some people speculate he was taking antidepressants or other medication for mental health issues, but take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. It was never really explained well. Like it was just like, oh, he was taking medication for his like behavior or something like that. It was just very weird. Like it wasn't really explained like very clearly. So again, I don't know. Just, you know, just making sure to emphasize it. I don't know what kind of medications were those. I hope you're all doing great. We're doing amazing with this case. As great as we can, you know, we can be. As good as we can be with, like, while talking about a murder. He really kept his life private. Yeah, like, well, I mean, no one knew, like, online, he didn't really talk about it, obviously, but yeah, like, I know it's a far from ideal situation. Do I feel bad for him? Not really. Like, yes, you know, for the past Shohei, maybe a little bit, but for, you know, the current Shohei, absolutely not. I don't feel bad at all. I just feel bad for his childhood. That's, you know, yeah, mostly that's what I feel bad about. So during his junior high school years, Shohei's troubled behavior escalated, especially when he threatened, oh, this is actually him. So he threatened a female classmate with a box cutter during recess. What is it in Japan with, like, kids threatening other kids and their classmates with a fucking box cutter? We had another case. We had the sasebo slashing. Was it not slashing? Slashing. Slash. Like, slash. But yeah, we had this other case of Natsumi Tsuji, who also used a box cutter to literally, like, slit someone, like, another classmate's throat. She was 11, by the way. If you're interested in that case, you can go over to my channel. I did, you know, it was the Nevada-tan case. So yeah, 11-year-old girl slashed the throat of her classmate, who was also 11 or 12. So yeah, fun times. Okay, so he, you know, he had like several incidents at school where he just kind of like attacked someone or threatened especially like female classmates with like some kind of weapon, box cutter or being something else, right? Like he was just doing some weird shit. And then after junior high, he enrolled in the Mie Prefectural Fisheries High School. This is kind of like a specialized school with the hope, basically like students who go to the, you know, Prefectural Fisheries High School, they usually end up joining the self-defense forces. So this is like a picture, I believe, from a school, from like training. This is the Japanese military, right? Like self-defense forces. However, because they're not allowed to, Japan isn't allowed to have, or, you know, by the treaty or something, like they're not allowed to really like call their army. They're basically allowed to just have like self-defense forces. Okay. Yeah, Japanese self-defense forces. Okay, so fisheries, yeah, like that's how it was translated, like Mie Prefectural Fisheries High School. I don't know, I did check on Wikipedia also, like, just to confirm, just to like 100% confirm, that's literally how it's translated. And you know, so he enrolls, like, he basically, after junior high, he went to this specialized high school, and he was going to go through training to join the self-defense forces. However, the demanding coursework and training, coupled with bullying from his upperclassmen, led Shohei to skip classes more and more, and eventually he dropped out of this high school in his, I believe, 3rd year. He found work later on as a welder, but that too was very short-lived, and that left him unemployed and labeled NEETO. So NEET stands for not in education, employment, or training. I don't know. I guess like NEET. We also do we say it in English? Like, is that a thing? I mean, I guess it is an English word technically, right? Like a abbreviation. But I see it a lot in Japan. Like, people just say NEETO. I'm not sure if that's a kind of, right? Like, you don't really like say it. Like, I don't think I've said it like in English to someone. But yeah, but it's you know, but it's definitely a thing in Japan too. Like, a more common thing to say, like NEETO. So he was not in education, not employed anywhere, and he wasn't doing his training, so he was just existing. And he was living with his parents. So sometime in 2021, he got acquainted with this girl, Izumi. And that's a different girl, right? Like, Kana is one girl, but this girl is Izumi. And their relationship progressed very quickly. It's unclear how exactly did they meet, but it's believed that this was, again, you know, like this online friendship that transformed into a romantic relationship soon. Sorry, I'm gonna take a sip of water because my throat is toast. And my lips feel like they have not seen or tasted water in the last 50 years or something. They're so dry, bone dry. Great. And sounds like a karma-based isekai idea. Is it? I've always thought a NEET was either a bug or something who doesn't leave the room. Oh no, that's hikikomori. Yeah, that one's different. That one's different. NEETO is the not employed, not in education or training, and hikikomori is also like similar, but right, like they might have an online work or something, but they usually just stay in their room and they game or watch anime or something. They're like a recluse, right? Like hikikomori is the recluse thing, and NEETO is just simply because they're not doing anything. Like, they don't have to be hikikomori. They go out or something, but they just don't work or don't study. Okay, so he meets, right, like Shohei meets Izumi online, and they first become friends, then they get into a relationship. And the news of the relationship and plans to marry come as a shock to Shohei's family and everyone in their social circles. In February 2021, Shohei confided in his mother, revealing that, oh, there's someone, I think this was like actually a quote, so quote, there's someone I know who's a victim of domestic violence, and I would like to shelter her in my house and take care of her, essentially. That's that was a quote. Well, but that without the essentially part, but that was a quote that Shohei said to his mom. Like, his mom said, like, oh, this is what he told me, that, oh, there's a friend who's a victim of domestic violence, and I want to take care of them, I want to shelter them, I want to, you know, invite them to live with me. And, you know, she would, like, the mom would be happy that, oh, okay, like, he's moving out, and maybe he's gonna, because he has this girlfriend, oh, he's gonna move out, they're gonna live together, they're gonna move in together, right? And just live together. No, that was not the case, and I'm gonna tell you guys in a minute. So what's the deal? What is the deal with Izumi? She has a tragic anime backstory of her own. Izumi Hasebe, I think this was her name before she got married to Shohei, because they got married later. Also, Fabian, shoot. I think I'm a NEET then. I mean, it's different. Okay, I think NEETO, So like NEET is a very specific term because you can be between jobs or between like schools or something, and you know, like, and you're doing something, like as in like, oh, you have plans, right? Like it's not like you have no plans whatsoever and and you're like you quit everything and you have no plans to get a job ever. You know, it's not that kind. Like NITO is like literally like, yeah, you can't, like you're not planning to, like you're just like existing, like you're lazing around, that kind of thing. I think like that's what I understand. Like, oh, they're not really, it's not like, oh, I'm in between jobs and I'm currently looking. No. It's like I don't have anything going on and I don't plan to have anything going on, and just like, oh, I'm just kind of freeloading kind of thing, I guess. Like that's what I understand. Like, oh, he was, at least in Shohei's case, like he was not planning to get a job. He was not planning to go back to school. He was not planning to do anything with his life. He was planning to just stay at his parents' house and just like freeload essentially. So that's what it was in his case. I'm not sure, maybe I'm misunderstanding it slightly. It's possible. Maybe there's like different layers of NITO, like the negative ones and like the normal, like the neutral ones, like, oh, in between jobs. That would make sense, like if there are different layers of, you know, in the definition of the word, maybe. Okay, but you guys get what I mean. Sounds about right. Yeah, like I think there's like, oh, different connotation, right? Like there's then the negative side and then there's like a neutral side where it's like, we're just like, oh, okay, in between jobs. That's essentially what it means. I think because yeah, because a friend of mine, like he was kind of referring to himself as NITO, but it wasn't like, oh, he was like not planning to do anything, like he was actually getting a job soon. It's just like, oh, you know, just in between. So I guess it's like, as I said, it's typically, okay, NEETs typically don't have and refuse to get an education, a job, or training. They just watch TV, play video games, and go online. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, I think it was, I think it's like, oh, it's different, maybe different size, different layers to the definition, right? Like negative one and like a normal, like a neutral one. Because I wouldn't say it's positive, right? Like it's just more like neutral. Like, oh, okay, yeah, between jobs, but I'm getting a job soon. All right. So let's go back to the case. What's the deal with Izumi and her tragic anime backstory? So Izumi Hasebe, 28, was born in Shibukawa City in Gunma Prefecture. This is the same prefecture as Kana. Neighbors actually described her and her family as rather isolated and unsociable, rarely interacting with anyone in town. They were like actually rude. Like apparently the family was pretty rude. They wouldn't like greet the neighbors. They would ignore people, even if they knew like, oh, they lived next to this other family for years and they would not greet them. Even if someone else would greet them, they would just like, apparently. I don't know, maybe it was like exaggerated, but yeah, like apparently they were pretty rude. There are no particularly notable accounts of Izumi from her junior high school years or high school years. However, during high school, a classmate recalled that she was often teased and played the role of like a class clown or entertainer, sort of. And the friend actually said, honestly, she seemed eccentric. So this classmate mentioned how Izumi, this is what I don't really get. It wasn't very clear. But Izumi would suddenly like, apparently, like according to this classmate, like she would stand up and like yell during recess for no reason, or like she would usually like carry these like doujinshi. So those are like the mangas, but are like amateur mangas, I guess. Like I forgot like what the definition is. Like I understand it in my head, but it's hard to explain. Like it's not mangas published by companies. It's like, oh, you know, or online, I guess, online mangas that are just, you know, by like drawn by individuals or like published by individuals, right? Like doujinshi. Or fictional, like fanfics kind of thing too. Like, oh, some people are like create doujinshi, which are like fanfics of like a canon story. But yeah. So she would one shots, yeah, like that too. I think it was like, it covers a lot. Like doujinshi covers just like a lot of different types. yeah, fan made or just like individual, right? Like she would like carry those, or she would just bring, like she would read them at school, like on her phone or something. Despite this, she wasn't someone who intentionally sought out trouble. Like she wasn't a delinquent or anything. She was just, yeah, like again, she was just eccentric, right? Well, there wasn't much to say about Izumi during her school years. Her life took a significant turn after graduation. She actually married quickly and had 3 children pretty much immediately. By the way, it's not 100% sure if the children, all of them were like like her husband's. I guess like I'm not sure, like there wasn't, like there was kind of talk about like, oh, it wasn't sure if all the children had the same father, but she had 3 kids. And she moved with her husband to Yokkaichi town in Mie Prefecture. This is the same town as Shohei's family, right? Like this is the same town. So her peaceful and happy family life, like she was hoping for a, you know, peaceful and happy family life, but this is not what she got. It was very short-lived because her first husband turned out to be physically abusive, leading Izumi to divorce him immediately. And then, not long after her divorce, she meets Shohei, right? They meet, with whom she'd eventually pursue marriage, and then relationship, marriage, and then VTubing and murder, because the 2 of them are the criminals. Okay, but I know I'm taking a huge leap here. There were quite a few events before the actual crime that were already pretty concerning, so let's talk about that first. Okay, so what about the kids? Well, this is another weird part about this story. Like it was so strange. Like honestly, I'm not 100% sure what happened to them. But because it's such a stupid part of the story and like so strange. You guys are gonna say what the fuck in the chat probably. Okay, so Shohei drops this bomb at his mother saying that, hey, there's a friend that has, you know, gone through like domestic violence. Like she is a victim of domestic violence, and I want to help, right? Like I want to invite them to live with me, right? Like, oh, shelter her. So normally, Shohei's parents might have, you know, like kind of admired his maturity. They might have like said to him like, hey, you matured, like you're so mature now, right? Like, oh, that's so generous, that's so thoughtful of you, that's nice for you to do for your friend, right? However, Shohei made it clear, like the parents thought like, oh, okay, are you moving out and are you moving in with your girlfriend? No. So Shohei clarified that he had no intention of moving out and finding his own place where he could live with his friend or girlfriend. Instead, he was planning to continue living at home with his parents, with his younger brothers, and bring his girlfriend to live with them as well. So there's this family, like he has 4 other siblings, right? And he's living, I think he was the eldest, right? Like he's the eldest, so that means a lot of his siblings are still at home. And well, some of them are not because they were in their 20s, but some of them are still at home, and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna bring this girl to live with us. And he wasn't really asking his parents. He just told them like, oh, I'm bringing her and she's gonna live with us because she's a victim of domestic violence. I wanna help her. And the parents are like, okay, but are you planning to find a job? No. Are you planning to like pay or go back to school? No. I'm just gonna be here and she's gonna be here, and you know, happy family. So, you know, he wasn't attending school, he wasn't working, and he had no plans to find a job whatsoever anytime soon. There was no way that he could support another person, and it became very evident that he expected his parents to essentially shell out and just take on the responsibility for both of them and shell out some cash, like give them some money to and finance their life essentially. Well, I guess he was persuasive enough. Like, I would lose my shit if this was my child and he came to me, like, let's say he's not finding a job, like he's essentially freeloading for a long time, and one day he comes to me and says like, oh, by the way, I'm getting my girlfriend here, but I'm not finding a job, so you guys will have to pay for everything again. For 2 people this time. 2 people. I'll be like, oh hell no. Where is the belt? Where is the hanger? I need a, I don't know. I think someone needs a spanking or something. No, I would be like, absolutely not, get out. Cause that's ridiculous. But I would lose my shit. But I guess he was persuasive enough because his mother agreed to take Izumi in and to just essentially continue to finance her son and then an additional adult person, because they're both, Izumi is older. He's like 27, 28. Izumi is like 2 years, I think 2 years older or something, or 1 year older. I'm not 100, wait. Oh no, like she's 28 and he's like 25, 26 or something. Well, I guess 26, 27. That's crazy. No, not the belt. No, not the belt again. I feel like one day if I have kids in the future, in the far future, but one day, I think like if I have children of my own, I will start hearing the song from like The Lion King, and suddenly my mom just comes in and just like kneels and passes the belt to me like, it is time. Like, what? Okay. I never got the belt. I did get the belt. Yep. Sona. No. Oh no. Yeah, but my mom's probably gonna like walk in and just be like, it is time. Here, the belt. Like, you know, like especially if like, oh my god, I would never allow my kids to like, I would never allow my child to be like disrespectful to me. I'm like, oh no. No, well, I guess you really want to go to the military school. Hey, well, that's gonna teach you some discipline, definitely. That's gonna actually like, that's not that bad. Honestly, like, it's not a bad thing. I would just threaten them with like, oh, you're gonna spend spend the summer at a military school, military camp. I thought you were used to the hand. Sona gets the slipper. Slipper or belt. Yeah, usually that. Joshua, I was happy, Sona. The memories are back. Did you guys get the belt too? I got the belt. Dude, like my friend said that he got a hanger. A wire hanger, like the clothing hanger. Made of wire. Like that's what he got. I was just like, oh my god. Are you okay? Yeah, like I never, for me it just never went past like a belt. A belt was just, and that wasn't even like my mom. It was like my father. Like my mom usually just a hand. Like, you know, like it was just like a normal, like a light spanking. It wasn't like, even from my mom, it was never like that. But yeah, like, oh, if the worst one was like belt once. Corporal punishment. Don't do that to your kids. I think like light spanking, like just like, oh, you know. No, like just, there's different methods for discipline. You can like, yeah, I'm pretty sure good parenting. I don't know anything about parenting. I would, if time comes, I would have to like read a shit ton of books because like I have no idea how does that work. But yeah, I feel like there's never, yeah, just, you know, there's a way to discipline your kids without corporal punishment. So the worst one, like I also heard that my friend, like when he went to, was it that friend? Was it the same friend or was it the other friend? I'm not sure. But anyway, so this friend, like they went to tutoring lessons, like after school classes, right? Like after school activities and, or some like, yeah, something like Kumon, right? That kind of thing. And apparently the teacher was using like a ruler to slap them on the hands. I would be like, oh my god. If I found out that a teacher did that to my child, I would go there. I would go to that Kumon building or, you know, establishment. And I would bring like, oh, if I would either tell them like, give me a ruler and pull out your hands to the teacher. Be like, okay, let's do this. You hit my child, I'm gonna hit. You hit my child's hands, I'm gonna hit yours. Or I would bring my own ruler, but my own ruler is made of metal. You know, it's actually a aluminum ruler. So hey, let's do it. Like we like slapping each other with a ruler. Okay, we're doing that. Oh my god, Shai, thank you so much for the super wait. Shout out to all of us who got hit by whatever the heck our moms used. Worst one was me. Was a box TV being thrown at me. What the heck? Shai, are you okay? I mean, yeah, there's been times, there's been incidents. A TV. I cannot begin to understand what was happening in Shai's childhood. I mean, it seems like Shai is okay, so you know. Of course not, Sona. What? Or watching something they cringe at. Oh yeah, maybe that. Or like putting them, like, you know, turning off the Wi-Fi, changing the Wi-Fi password, telling them to sit in their room and read like a Norwegian dictionary. And I'll be like, I'm gonna test you. You're gonna learn. You have to like memorize this chapter. This like these however many pages. Or Polish dictionary, actually Polish. Maybe not Polish. Actually, that's too easy. Yeah, like something like Norwegian or Finnish or something else that is like pretty difficult. And I'm gonna test your knowledge on Norwegian that you will never use because you never know. Okay. Alright, back to the case because I kind of started talking about it too much. Okay, so again, situation not great. Shohei just, you know, he's not working, not studying, not doing anything, freeloading off of his parents, and then he brings this girlfriend, right, like to his parents' home, and he was just like, okay, yeah, like you guys now have to finance me and my girlfriend. So yes, his mother said okay, for whatever reason, and she was going to sponsor them both. Because apparently that is, he persuaded her. He showed her a PowerPoint presentation and somehow it made sense. Izumi moved in with Shohei and his family around February of 2021. So we are in the year when the murder happened. So she moves in February 2021 and the two actually got married only a couple of months later in May. So on top of the fact that neither of them had a job, they were not looking for a job, they had no intention of working, they also got married, and apparently they did have a ceremony or something, which costs money, which was paid for by the parents. I don't know if her parents or his parents, I assume like his parents, but cool, okay, so they got married. Nope. They didn't move out. Like you would think like, okay, after the marriage, after getting married, right, like wedding, they moved out. No, they didn't move out. They didn't get jobs. None of that. They just still continued living with Shohei's parents and were essentially lazing around at home all day playing games. Neither of them might, by the way, like, okay, to be fair, you would think, again, we would all think that, okay, any reasonable person, if I'm not studying, if I'm not looking for a job, the reasonable thing to do is to help around the house, right? Like, oh, do chores, do house chores, cook, clean, whatever, like to pull, right? Like pull your weight around the house, especially if you live with more people, like there's a family and everyone else. Let's say like, oh, other people are working, like having jobs and you're staying mostly at home. That means, okay, well, I'm gonna take care of things at home to kind of even it out, to pull my weight, right? No, they were not helping with house chores, meal preparation, nothing, zilch, zero. They literally were doing nothing. Like the parents were still doing everything else too. Moreover, because there's more, oh my lord, Izumi actually showed no regard for how she carried herself even around Shohei's teenage brothers, who, like, at least one of the brothers, he was still in junior high school and he was living at home, and she would apparently just, she would just walk around, you know, at home naked or in underwear. I guess like underwear. Some reports said like naked, she would undress like completely in front of him, but like some reports mostly said that, oh, she was just, you know, she was just in underwear and she was just kind of walking around the kid and traumatized the kid, because what the heck. Yep, that's what happened. So when Shohei's mother finally decided to like bring it up and scold both of them and push for them to find jobs, Izumi responded by claiming that she was making money from selling her art online, but you know, the mother-in-law never saw anything. She didn't see any indication that, you know, Izumi was working. Like, she would often just see her playing games or just whatever, like doing something on Instagram or something, or I don't know, like social media, but like, oh, she never, you know, like, it's an older person, so she didn't maybe like the, you know, the mother didn't really like assume that, like, or didn't really get the concept of like, oh, okay, well, there are jobs online, like, oh, you can sell art. So Izumi was trying to like kind of bullshit her way out of it, and she was just like, yeah, I'm selling art. I'm an online artist, right? I'm a digital artist and I'm selling art online. I'm doing commissions. However, this wasn't really true, because she wasn't doing that. She claimed to be like, she was drawing some stuff on her account. She did post her drawings on her sketches and stuff on social media, but she wasn't really getting any money. Like, she wasn't really taking commissions. Like, she did announce like her I think there was like a post where she announced her commission rates or something, but like, she didn't really do any of them, so like, she didn't really get clients. Mind you, remember how I talked about Izumi's previous marriage? Because some of you guys asked like, oh, what about the kids, right? Because Izumi was previously married. She was married and she had 3 children. You would think that she would bring them with her, right? Like, or she would interact with them, or she would at least like have some visitation time. Well, especially if her ex-husband was physically abusive, you would think like, oh, okay, well, the kids surely didn't go with the father, they went with the mother, right? No. So yeah, so Shohei's parents actually didn't even know that she had kids, because she never brought them with her. And I'm not even sure where the kids lived, with their father, ? Or with Izumi's parents, ? Not sure. I think they lived with the, you know, Izumi's parents, so their grandparents, but I'm not 100% sure about this, so I don't actually know what happened to the kids. Yeah, but I think like okay, so they weren't, I don't think the kids were with the father, because Izumi was receiving child support money, which she was not spending on her kids, obviously, because so like her true nature, Izumi's true nature, essentially came to light when her mail began arriving at Shohei's house, and much of it was related to, one, child support payments. That was like one of the correspondences, and her mother-in-law actually found it. So this is one thing. And the other thing was related, like the mail was related to a special debt relief program in her name. Well, that's what it said, like, oh, debt relief, some kind of debt, right? Like, she had debts. Yeah. So she was receiving child support. At the same time, she was in debt. And am I pronouncing it right, debt? I guess, I don't know. Well, yeah. So she was receiving child support. Her children were not even living with her. Her mother-in-law was not aware that she had children to begin with. And then she's also in debt a lot. When Shohei's mother confronted Izumi about this revelation, Izumi claimed that it was due to spending too much on online games. So that's where the money, like, that's how she owed money. Okay, but what about the child support money? Where are the kids? Why are we paying for everything when you've got some money coming in and you're not even spending it on your kids for sure, because you don't live with them, and we had no idea you had kids to begin with, but you're spending it on games, clearly, because you have no other income. Well, I mean, you claim to, right? Like, oh, you claim to be an artist and you're taking commissions, but you're not. So yeah. angered, you know, by this confrontation, because that's what happened. Shohei and Izumi got like super offended and super angered by Shohei's mom kind of meddling in their lives. Dude, I can't even begin to understand like why, but this is how they reacted. So basically they were angered by this confrontation, and they decided to secretly leave in the middle of the night about 2 weeks after this argument on July 22nd. Yeah, they just packed up and left the house. And later, Shohei's mother actually discovered a letter left behind by her son, and in it, the message read, quote, "The two of us," wait, let me just pull it up, because "the two of us will live together from now on. Don't look for us. If you try to find us, I won't show you mercy." End quote. Yeah, you know what? Works for me. Don't let the door hit you. Finally, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Like, just, I would be, like, if I were that mother-in-law, I'd be like, okay. Okay, cool. Finally, thank God, because this was getting ridiculous. But yeah, what a goddamn edgelord. I know, right? So don't you dare come back asking for help. Out with this shit show. Yeah, I would be just like, you know what? Don't let the door hit you. My goodness, let me help you pack. Actually, no, because I don't know. I don't even know if you have any stuff here, because you don't pay for shit. So be okay, you know, clothes on your back and hit the road. I was just like, wow, this is great. Works for me. Yeah, so they left. They left this like dramatic message behind, and they did not express any gratitude. I think this was like a dick move too. They didn't express any gratitude to Shohei's parents for, you know, their hospitality and for allowing them to live rent-free until that point. Instead, they moved to a house in Shibukawa City, which is Gunma Prefecture, there where, you know, Izumi had lived with her family. I'm not 100%, like, I'm not sure if they moved back with like Izumi's parents. I don't think so. It doesn't seem so, because like there's no word about her kids, so I don't think it was like the same house. It might have been like an apartment. They might have rented something, and from there they retreated entirely into the virtual world. So upon moving to Izumi's hometown, reality set in, right? And they could no longer afford to laze around at home all day, or at least that's what Izumi realized. Like, okay, well, I can't laze around because someone needs to pay for this apartment, someone needs to pay rent, someone needs, right? Like, we're not freeloading off of Shohei's parents anymore, so I have to we have to get our shit together, right? So you would think like, okay, they are gonna get their shit together, and they kind of did. Izumi took a part-time job at a convenience store, which seemed like a step in the right direction towards getting her life together as an adult. Unfortunately, Izumi proved to be a far from an ideal employee. It continues. The saga continues. So she would actually, like, yes, she got a job. You would think like, okay, well, she's getting her shit together. She has a job. But she wasn't a great employee. She would actually show up to work wearing pajamas. She was having, like, she would just show up with messy, greasy hair and long, like, unkempt nails. Like, her nails were dirty and they were just long. Her attitude towards customers was very poor. She didn't greet them and often ignored them as they passed by, or like even if they asked a question, she would just ignore them. Moreover, Izumi would write strange names on her tag, you know, like her name tag. She would just write something like "yude tamago," which is boiled egg. Like, that's literally what, instead of her name, her own name on the name tag, she would just, or a normal name, she would just write like "yude tamago," or some other shit that were just like very weird. Every time she would just write something else, or like she would have something else on her name tag, and customers were like super confused. And whenever someone would ask her about it, she would not answer, and she would instead like offer this like vague smile with no explanation. It's weird. It was just super weird what she did. Meanwhile, Shohei continued to be a Nito, so he was just continuing his neat lifestyle, freeloading, showing essentially no motivation to find a job and continuing his lazy routine at home. During this time, both Shohei and Izumi began their online activities as VTubers. So now we're finally getting to the VTuber stuff. So Izumi created her VTuber persona named Arcmesher in March 2020, and Shohei adopted the persona of Kurozakura Shirotsuki in May 2021. So like essentially around the time when they got married. Well, Izumi was Arcmesher. I'm sorry, like I pronounced it like weird because I got used to reading it as Arkumasha. So that's the Japanese, right? Like Japanese version. So yeah, so she was Arcmesher since March of 2020, and Shohei was Kurozakura, oh god, I can't speak. Kurozakura Shirotsuki since May 2021. And the two began their activities as indie VTubers, diving into the virtual world together. For Arcmesher's profile bio, it says, so basically it says here, quote, "I'm mainly an art drawing VTuber incarnation, and I'm also an alchemist." And here is Kurozakura Shirotsuki on the right side. Kurozakura Shirotsuki's profile says, "I am Kurozakura Shirotsuki, or Shirotsuki, a dark fox demon who was betrayed by a close friend." You know which friend. So he literally put that in his bio. So he says, "A dark fox demon who was betrayed by a close friend and fell into darkness, making a pact with a certain alchemist. As an indie VTuber, I've come to this realm to make friends and connect with everyone." Lore time. But yeah, the betrayed friend and stuff. I'm an alchemist. I turned lead into funk. I'm an alchemist from the disco era. That would actually be so super interesting. That's an interesting concept, a disco alchemist. But yeah, so the two of them would immerse themselves in their respective personas and interact as their characters on social media, you know, like as VTubers do, right? Like they just kind of, like some of them are really, right? Like some, like me, I just break the character, I'm just myself. But some people really like get into the VTuber lore stuff and they only interact online as their persona and no one else. And, you know, like they just kind of collab with people, they stick to the character, right? Like they then don't break the character, and that's what they did. They were constantly in character. But yeah, they were just doing like social media posts, streams, the usual VTuber activities. It seemed that things were generally going well with them. Like Izumi had a job, and Shohei, okay, he was still being lazy, but at least he wasn't a burden to his parents anymore. Like at least, you know, he wasn't their problem anymore. He was Izumi's problem. And the two of them were growing as a VTuber power couple in their own small community of fans, right? They had a fair you know, following. Arcmesher had 2,608 followers, and Shirotsuki, or Kurozakura Shirotsuki, had 1,000 followers. So they've built a small community of fans, and they were like this power couple in their little community. But behind the scenes and behind Izumi's back, Shohei was still messaging Kana, aka Oreo. Yeah. It's 2021. It's been like 2 years of this, right? Because they met in 2019. He had gotten married by the time, right? Like he has a relationship and he's still messaging her. Power couple, or partners in crime. Well, later partners in crime, cheater and creep. Yeah, like he was, well, I mean, I guess he was emotionally cheating, but like he essentially was still in love with Kana. He was still obsessed with Kana, and Izumi just didn't know about it up until a point, because she did find out. So one day, Izumi stumbled upon her husband's messages with Kana and immediately felt a surge of jealousy because Kana was calling her husband or Shohei by his name because she knew him before he became a VTuber. So she was still kind of referring to him as like his name, like either Komori-san or Shohei-san or something, right? Like that's what she knew. Kana had no intention of reciprocating Shohei's feelings, right? Like he was still being flirty and he was still trying to like get her to meet with him, but she was just like none of that. She was having none of it. She's just like, okay, no, that's, I'm not feeling the same. I'm not returning your feelings. And she was kind of keeping her responses strictly platonic and never flirty or intimate, like very short. She was even trying to like not respond to him. What particularly enraged Izumi again was that Kana, called Shohei by his real name instead of his like VTuber alias. But, to Izumi, this suggested that Kana still had a special relationship, or Shohei had a special relationship with Kana and allowed her to call him by his name, engaging with him as a real person rather than as a fan of Kurosakura Shirotsuki. And but it's kind of normal, right? Like if you know someone for a long time, or if you know someone, let's say if you know a friend, if you're a friend, you've known each other, or online friend, by your first names, and then suddenly this friend creates a VTuber persona and asks you to only call them by the VTuber persona name, like you would feel it's weird, right? Like you've been calling them by their name this entire time and suddenly you have to switch. So yeah, like it's kind of weird, right? Like someone. But Arc Mesher, she was like super pissed about it, or Izumi / Arc Mesher. She was pissed about it and she posted something ominous during this time. She said this: "I saw something I shouldn't have. Why is someone other than me calling Shirotsuki by name? Huh?" End quote. So Izumi was pissed, and that's when she decided to erase Kana from this world. And there are signs that she was planning this murder for quite a while, like for quite a few weeks. And I'll show you guys other posts, but yeah, it was definitely happening. Like it was definitely a plan. Like she was just blinded with jealousy, with this like obsession with the relationship between Kana and Shohei, even though there was no relationship. Like Kana was trying to like separate herself, like distance herself and just like not respond. So Izumi's jealousy was sparked by another, basically like by another woman talking to her husband, right? Like despite the problematic nature of the relationship between Kana and Shohei due to their age difference, I don't even call that I shouldn't even call that a relationship, because he was like stalking her and she was just trying to like, okay, like get away from him. So there was nothing illegal about their interactions. Like, yeah, like Shohei was, I guess, trying to get flirty. So on his side, there was like illegal stuff, right? On Kana's side, like she wasn't doing anything. She wasn't even trying to respond. But like before then, they were just online friends. So there wasn't like any illegal activity before he got weird. So yeah. 2 weeks before, okay, so this is the preparation to the murder. 2 weeks before the murder, Izumi's behavior grew increasingly erratic. During this time, she obsessively monitored Shohei's Twitter activity and frequently asked him like, who are you talking to? Who are you texting? The investigation revealed that Izumi also contacted Kana on Twitter at one point, and Kana was selling her art as Oreo. So she was selling, right? Like Kana was selling her art. Again, she was selling prints, and apparently like Izumi messaged her, and she didn't know, I guess at the time she didn't know that Izumi was Shohei's wife, like real life wife. So Izumi like deliberately purchased one of her pieces, one of Kana's artworks, And when she received it, she noticed she noted the return address, which she suspected was Kana's home address, and it was home address of Kana's Oreo. Yeah, like Kana's VTuber persona was Tendo Oreo or Oreo. I don't know how to. I think it was like, for her it was like Oreo. Okay. So yeah, Izumi actually got the address, right? And in the days leading up to the incident, Izumi tweeted about receiving a mail order delivery of what she implied was the murder weapon she later allegedly used. So here you see her tweet. This was, I don't remember which day it was. I think it was like August 21st, so a week before. And she says, "I was anxiously waiting, but it arrived just in time. Ha ha ha," or he he he. "Now that everything is ready, all that's left is to wait." Crazy. Crazy. Okay, so she also started practicing driving apparently, because she wasn't like, she had a license, but she wasn't driving much. And in the days leading up to the murder, like between August 21st and like 23rd, she started driving, like practicing driving the car, and that she was planning, their car, right, like their family car, that she was planning to use during the crime. And it was clear that she was meticulously preparing for the murder. Like here, you see a post from August 21st. Oh, sorry, 23rd. And it says, "The person next to me might be nervous because it's been a few years since I last drove, but I'm probably the one who's most nervous." And the second post says, "I don't really want to go, but I would be in trouble if something happened, so I'll go and practice driving." Oh my god. Yeah, it's pretty clear. It was very clear for, like, she had like other posts, and yeah, it was pretty clear that, that she's preparing for this. And now we circle back to the crime itself. As I mentioned at the beginning, on August 28th, Kana received a message from Shohei asking to meet face to face. I'm not 100% sure if it was like from Shohei or from Izumi, like from one of them, like, oh, the message that said like, "Oh, I want to meet and talk, so come out to this parking lot in front of your house." So Kana left her house at 3:30, and she met the couple in the parking lot, where she got into their car. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I mean, she just didn't suspect anything, but she got into their car with them. And when Kana didn't return home, her mother contacted the police, who started searching for Kana at 8:30 p.m. By that time, Izumi and Shohei had taken Kana to their home in Shibuya City, Gunma Prefecture, so another prefecture, oh no, sorry, it was like the same, was it? Yeah, it was the same prefecture, it was Gunma. Anyway, so they take Kana to their home, where they stayed overnight. And on August 29th, they briefly considered letting Kana go. Like, they were just kind of, sorry, I think I have to sneeze. Sorry, apologies, I'm gonna turn off my mic for a moment, because I think I gotta sneeze, and I'm gonna sneeze in my microphone. Okay, I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay, so on August 29th, they did briefly consider letting Kana go home, but ultimately decided to kill her. They just 180. They were just like, "Oh, maybe we should let her go. Oh no, wait. No, wait, but murder. So let's murder her." Yes, so they decided they're gonna continue with their plan. Mind you, both of them were in on this plan. Like, this was Izumi's idea, Izumi's plan, but for some reason she got Shohei to be on board with it, and I'm gonna explain why in a minute. But yes, so they, oh man, this is the tough part. So they drove with Kana to a cabin slash shed in the woods. Wait, hold up, because I kind of messed up my, alright. They drove to a cabin slash shed in the mountains of Hayakawa town in Yamanashi prefecture, where they planned to carry out the crime. And this is the actual crime scene. Upon arriving at the scene, Izumi retrieved a 19 centimeters long knife slash blade. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was a hunting knife or something, like pretty long knife that she had brought. And she then proceeded to viciously stab Kana 4 times in the back. Many of Kana's wounds were extremely deep, with at least one penetrating 18 centimeters and reaching her internal organs. Izumi and Shohei then continued their assault, choking Kana with a rope before dragging her body deep into the shed and locking it. They fled the scene after committing the crime. Let that sink in. They just dragged her body, like choked her, stabbed her, and dragged her body inside this like rundown shed. Kana's body was discovered inside the shed on August 30th, so a day later. That same day, Shohei and Izumi were arrested after investigators reviewed surveillance footage from Kana's neighborhood, and excuse me, and the footage showed Kana getting into Shohei and Izumi's car and leaving with them. The two were tracked down and arrested in the town of Tateno in Nagano Prefecture at 7 p.m. on August 30th after cameras registered their car taking the Chuo Expressway in that direction. So they were tracked down. On October 11th, 2021, Shohei and Izumi were indicted by the Tokyo District Public Prosecutor's Office for murder and a violation of the firearm and sword possession control law, as the weapon used was a blade rather than a kitchen knife. It wasn't a kitchen knife, it was like something bigger, I guess. The following day, October 12th, they were also charged with kidnapping a minor. Although the murder was clearly premeditated, the couple claimed during their interrogation that there was no intent to kill. Of course there wasn't, because the cryptic tweets had nothing to do with it. The fact that you ordered a knife beforehand and you practiced driving, that has nothing to do with it. Like, it's just, oh my god. But yes, the defense essentially argued that Izumi acted out of, jealousy and a crime of passion, and this was not premeditated. She did not plan to kill Kana, and Izumi herself, insisted that she had not planned to murder Kana and had only stumbled upon the shed by chance. Yes, she was just like, I stumbled upon this rundown shed in these mountains, very far from my town, different prefecture. I just stumbled upon the shed and I decided impulsively to dispose of the body there and like murder her and dispose of the body there because it's like all by chance. And the fact that she had prepared both a knife and a padlock was, as she claimed, purely coincidental. Though no one believed her explanation, of course, because what the fuck, lady? Who would believe that? Like, you literally tweeted all over the place that you received something in the mail and like you were preparing for something. So like, how about don't? It's crazy. Crazy, I tell you. In the middle of nowhere. Oh yes, it's purely coincidental. They just took a it was a fun little road trip that they took, and they oh look at that. Would you look at that? It's a rundown shed in the middle of nowhere with no witnesses. Oh, what is that? Wait, what is that? A padlock. And it fits the door? Gasp. What a coincidence. Crazy. So the trial was held on June 20th, 2023 at the Tokyo District Court. And as a result, Shohei Komori was... Oh, this is also infuriating. But Shohei was sentenced to 25 years in prison with the possibility of parole or early release after 23 years. And Izumi was sentenced to 22 years in prison with the chance of early release after 18 years. And the defense argued that Izumi's judgment was clouded or impaired by a personality disorder, which, by the way, wasn't really specified. Like, what kind of personality disorder was it? Like, something like dependency personality disorder or something. I'm not 100% sure. But yes, her judgment was clouded, which affected her reasoning. However, the court found that while her mental state was, you know, they considered her possible personality disorder, she was still fully responsible for her actions, and she was fully aware of what she was doing. Like, based on her tweets, based on the planning, based on her actions, she was aware of what she was doing. This was reflected in the 22-year sentence rather than a life sentence. So that's why they kind of lowered it, because they were just like, oh, okay, well, she does have mental health issues. So they did consider it, but we were just like, okay, we're not gonna give you a lighter sentence than this. This is already light. Which I agree that it's too light. Like, I think it was light. The sentence might also have been reduced due to the fact that Izumi was actually 3 months pregnant at the time of the crime. I don't even know what to say. It's just like, you are married to this guy. He's the cheating asshole. He's obsessed with this girl. Like, why are you killing the girl? Like, why did you turn on the girl? What does she have to do with anything here? Like, she also didn't respond to him. But not only are you married to this guy and he's your husband, you're also pregnant with his child. And you still blame the girl instead of the asshole husband who is cheating on you. Like, what the fuck? But yes, so she was pregnant, and maybe it's possible that, you know, the leniency here, like in her sentence, was to allow her and her husband to like serve a shorter sentence for the sake of their unborn child. I'm not sure. Like, not to mention Izumi has 3 other children, so maybe the court was just like, okay, well, you know, she's still gonna be in prison for quite a while, but like, oh, she has kids, and they have a kid together on the way, so we can lower it for whatever reason. Which I don't necessarily agree with. Kana's family also felt wronged. They felt that the sentence was far too lenient and far too short for the gravity of the crime. Through their attorney, through their lawyer, they voiced concerns about the leniency of Japan's legal system and the inadequate punishments for such serious crimes, because, you know, it just felt like they were treating the life of the victims lightly. Like, oh, they were kind of not considering that a person lost their life. They were murdered for nothing. They were innocent. And then the court just gave the perpetrator a short sentence, like a very lenient sentence. And it just felt bad, right? Like, for the victim's family, it just felt like a slap in the face, because they're just like, what the heck? My child died, and this person will be able to like get out in like 18 years and walk free. It just felt like injustice. And it's unclear whether Kana's parents pursued any further legal action, or if Shohei and Izumi attempted to appeal their sentence. This is unclear. But yeah, the sentence was announced in 2023, so it's pretty recent. They might still appeal. I'm not 100% sure. I know that Japan is like less likely to, like, they are, even though they do have death penalty still to this day, they are not, like, they, you know, they are very hesitant. I mean, yeah, like, rightfully so, like, they hesitate to give out death penalty. I'm not saying, like, in this case it should be death penalty, absolutely not, but in a case where it's like, you know, at least like life sentence, come on, they murdered someone. But yeah, like, it's so weird. Like, on one hand they would give you death penalty, but on the other hand they are very like hesitant to give life in prison. It's very strange in Japan sometimes. I think the last death sentence that Japan gave was to the Kyoani arsonist. I think he is on death row, I believe. Why? Because I talked about this. Wasn't he executed? Wait, Kyoani arson. Was he already executed or not yet? I believe he was, but wait, or maybe not. Oh no, yeah, Alba. The court announced, yeah, had been, okay, yeah. So he was sentenced to death on January 25th, 2024. I was right. Yeah, so he is, yes, he is sentenced to death. Well, yeah, anyway. That case was a real shit show. It is crazy. It's crazy. This case is crazy. The other one too. The other one was crazy too. It was so sad. And well, not to mention, I mean, this one is equally as sad because like, holy shit. Crazy people. Yeah. VTubers. I mean, hopefully this is like an isolated incident. Hopefully no other incidents are gonna like this are gonna happen in the VTuber community. This one is not well known because, as I said, it's you know, it's in Japan, so, and they weren't like big, but it was pretty crazy. So, but yeah, again, I just want to say, always remember to be very, very careful with your friendships and relationships online. You never know. You never really know the person behind the avatar. So that is it. This is the end of this case. You guys, thank you so much for today. What did you guys think? What do you guys think of this case? Because I think that it was... I am surprised. I was in shock to find it, courtesy of Intan-kun, because he actually found, or Intan-kun slash Maneja-san, because he actually found this case and sent it to me, and he was just like, hey, you know, this happened. Why don't you cover it? Because holy shit. So yeah, super interesting case, very interesting. Moral of the story is just be very careful and vigilant online when interacting with people, when building friendships, building relationships. I would say don't idolize anyone. Like I get it, you know, like we have like internet idols, we look up to people, but I would say like be very, very, very careful. You know, how you talk to people, who you talk to, and like what you share too, because Kana, unfortunately, like it's no fault of her own, because that's obviously 100% the fault of the perpetrators. But you know, like she did share her home address on her packages, which, you know, like it just led to them like finding out. Again, it's no fault of her own, because she should have been safe and no one should have been using the address to do this to her. But yeah, just be very extremely careful and remember to take care of yourself. Stay safe online, offline. If there is one thing I've learned from your stream sphere, is to always be careful. Absolutely. Always fear everything. Fear everything. Fear for your life, fear the internet, fear Discord, fear Twitter, fear social media. Fear the VTubers and YouTubers and everyone, and just be afraid. This is the lesson that I always want to like convey through my streams. Be afraid. Be afraid of everything. Assume the worst. Assume that, you know, fear children. Exactly. No, just be extremely careful, because, you know, the world is scary and the internet is really scary. It can be super scary. So I just want to make everyone aware of the dangers of the internet. Yeah, take caution. Always take caution. Always, like, don't share sensitive information online. Don't share your address if you don't, like, you know, if you don't really know the person, like, you know, your online friends in real life. Like, just don't share too much, because you never know. You really never know. Like, they might be nice. I know that people are nice, and like, oh, it's kind of crazy to assume that everyone is crazy and everyone is evil. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but like, it's not like I assume that everyone is evil, but I'm like extremely careful with the relationships or friendships and connections that I make online with anyone, because yeah, again, you never know, and I'm constantly in fear. So yeah, Only Sona gets fresh Cheetos. Hey! Sona, you're awesome. Stay safe, stay awesome. Hugs, friendly from California. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad that you found my channel. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you, enjoyed the case and found it interesting. There's gonna be more. You guys, plans for this week. Well, I'm gonna take a day or two off because I worked on this case and it was just so long and it was so much information. Surprisingly, but so much information in Japanese. So it wasn't the easiest. But also Fabian, thank you so much. Fear is what keeps us going. It's how we evolve into cockroaches. I think that's not evolved. That's not evolving. That's devolving into cockroaches. But yeah, I hope you guys, I'll see you guys next week. There's definitely gonna be some scary streams. I will do another episode about like Reddit, something scary from Reddit, something, maybe some internet hoaxes, maybe some Randonautica, maybe another disturbing Reddit user, because I found out a couple of different, like, very pretty scary stories, real stories and real, like, things from Reddit that just terrified the internet. And man, people are unhinged on the internet. So yeah, we might talk about another one of those. We'll see. And I like your new overlay and effects. Thank you. Well, it's not really that new, but yeah, like the background is actually, the background is pretty much the same. But yeah, like I did get better at like effects and just like just making the stream nice, looking nice. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for all the super chats. I can't speak. Take your time, Sona. I needed time to be able to make gacha videos. No worries. I don't remember how long it took, but I'm guessing a while. Definitely a while. I mean, my streams definitely a while. Any videos any video editing takes a while too. Get some rest, Sona. I will get some rest. I'm gonna probably like relax today. Tomorrow I'm gonna play some Project Zomboid. If you're interested, we do have a community server on Patreon. Yeah, we have, I have my Patreon. As you guys are aware, I have community servers for Project Zomboid and Minecraft. Again, I just want to remind everyone that there are bonus streams and bonus content on Patreon, but Patreon is paid. It's a paid membership, so please do not join unless you are 100% sure and financially able to. If you're not, please don't join. It's okay. I have a lot of free streams here. I have a lot of free events here, so enjoy the free videos, free streams, And please remember to like this video if you do like my content, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications to be notified whenever I show up in my little dark corner of the internet. And always be afraid. Yeah. Definitely get some rest, boss. Yes, I will. I also have to go to therapy today because my wrist therapy. I might get another injection or something. I don't know. I don't even know. They're gonna like electrocute me a little bit, or at least my arm. My arm is gonna get electrocuted today again. I have a couple more times to go to therapy for my wrist, and then we'll see. I have another appointment, so we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah. I got like steroid injections into my wrist. I might get another shot. Who knows? Like, depending on how like my wrist is doing. It's actually been better. It's actually been doing well. So we'll see. Sona is gonna get zapped. Electric Sona. Oh yeah, because the therapy, like one of the rehabilitation for the arm and wrist is like, oh, they just kind of like hook me up to this machine with like electrodes, I guess. Yeah, like I guess electrodes. Is it electrodes? But yeah, like they just kind of zap electric current through my impulses through my arm. So it's super weird. Like my thumb just bends in a weird way every time, and I'm just like, oh my god. But yeah, it feels weird. It doesn't hurt. It's not like it hurts. It just feels weird. It feels very tense. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Stay safe out there. Stay tuna. Always lock your doors and windows. Bury your haxes. Until the next time. Bye. much for being a member for 6 months. And Joshua, thank you for the super. Thanks for the stream, Sona. Any fun fact? Do I have any fun facts? I did have some fun facts. Let me see. I think I had some. Oh yeah. Okay. Did you guys know that in New Zealand you cannot, like, illegal baby names include Lucifer, Christ, and Messiah? So if you wanted to call your child Jesus Christ, and you happen to be in New Zealand, you can't do that. You can't call your child Lucifer. Oh no. Shy. Radio roach. Shy is a radio roach, I guess. Well, another fun fact. A cat's urine glows under a black light, so it has like UV urine. Also, platypus. Did you guys know that platypuses, like, they actually glow in the dark? They actually have like some layer of like glowy UV light reacting, like, I don't know, mucus on them or something. They literally glow in the dark. Platypus is a weird animal. It's a very weird animal. Yeah, you can just check it. Platypus glows in the dark. And they will, like, well, I mean, not in the dark, in like UV light, right? Like in a black light. Yeah, sorry, I mixed it up. Like, not in the dark, but like, oh, in a like when hit with like UV light or black light, they're gonna like lit up like a Christmas tree, like a crime scene. Yeah, that's it. All right, that's it. You guys, thank you so much for today. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.